Hello, my name is Future Nightmares. Recently I had my eyes in the media critique sphere more and more as it appears that people like Audley Noah are not an anomaly. Skitty Bitty being one, but I would suggest watching Heartful Opinions videos regarding that situation. But I'll be honest, my scope is more dead set on somebody named the Birdman. The Birdman is a leftist 200k plus sub channel who calls out grifters and their takes on films while also doing his own movie reviews. While I'm not a movie critic myself and don't overly care about films altogether, but there is some behavior that I've noticed from the Birdman exhibit that people who associate with him have not called him out for. On September 9, 2024, the Birdman would post this video of him berating and harassing Domino's employees, threatening to expose them onto Twitter for not giving him his order for free.
I just want to let you know, this is going up on Twitter. I'm posting all this on Twitter. You're gonna get in trouble.
Whatever. I got the whole thing. You're sitting there bullshitting me. This is the dude that's bullshitting. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead, run away. Go ahead. Are you scared?
This is blatant berating and harassment of minimum wage working employees, which, to be honest, look like teenagers and sound like teenagers, over not getting his pizza for free. This is genuinely just inexcusable behavior to berate minimum wage workers, but it does get worse, as he would post the Domino's employees' faces with their name tags visible for his 15,000 followers on Twitter to see, posting teenagers' first and last name on the internet with their faces. Now, for some odd reason, Birdman would keep this post up on Twitter until recently, only removing it when it came to more of the public light, thanks to harmful opinions. No apology, no nothing. A silent removal of his actions. Now, to be clear, this would be absolutely unacceptable behavior. Some people would even consider this doxing because these are private employees who are not on the internet having their name and face being publicized. But to be fair, there's plenty of videos of people basically doing the exact same thing, trolling restaurant minimum wage employees, but they still post it on the internet. Well, I guess in turn, public interactions for a 6-foot man-child isn't his strong suit, but maybe we should see how the Birdman feels about doing research.
To date, there has been no update, no retraction, no public apology on Twitter from Will Jordan for spreading this quote, and that's because he has a vested interest in seeing the culture war proliferate in media discourse, as this is profitable for him. Even if he didn't know the quote was fake, this shows the lack of research.
The Birdman would get into a heated argument with a content creator called YellowFlashGuy, where YellowFlash into an argument about critical drinker not tweeting while he's on holidays. Riveting. But to the Birdman, this was taking things way too far. The Birdman stuffed his face with his children tier covered free Domino's pizza, and instead would then go looking onto Google for YellowFlash's PII. Typing into Google YellowFlashGuy's face, only to find what he's always been looking for.
Whoa, a treasure chest! What is this? I'm so happy!
Brother, you don't have the gas. Well, the right kind of gas anyway. Oh, God, that's not him. Well, that's a guy from the chat who is fighting cancer, you moron. I figured you were a moron by that online IQ test that you proudly pinned, Rafael Mayo. Eesh, well, I mean, that's pretty shitty. At least Birdman wouldn't, post it. Oh my God, fuck! Dude, what the fuck? Jesus Christ! Yeah, so the Birdman doxed a cancer patient. So to be clear about what the information that I have censored out in the screenshot that was provided was both his legal name of the man in the photo and an approximation of where he lives in his state. This area of the state has a low population and no major city centers. I was able to verify that yes, that information in that post is this individual's PII. I have also done my due diligence and reported that Reddit post to have it removed, as this is just a random guy with cancer being claimed to be that YellowFlashGuy. What was the Birdman's excuse for doxing a random cancer patient? No, we're not making fun of people with cancer. The image was posted because that's who people said he was. I don't know anything about YellowFlash 2. With the image of the guy's face and his PII. That's, yeah, okay. While I think it's funny that this guy has an issue with Critical Drinker and claiming that he doesn't do his due diligence and incites harassment, but this is just a big old whoopsie and little mishap from the Birdman. But it wasn't. Birdman specifically went to Google searching for any photo of the YellowFlashGuy or PII of him to post publicly to shame and rile his base to incite harassment against another individual. This was a malicious attack on someone using PII. This is the textbook definition of doxing. Now, you may say, well, the PII was wrong and it's not the YellowFlashGuy, so no harm done. That is irrelevant because the purpose of the Birdman doing this action was to incite harassment by posting someone's PII. Also, there is harm because the person who is being doxxed is this random guy with fucking cancer and has nothing to do with YellowFlash, or probably has no idea that any of this shit is even happening on Twitter. Also, the Birdman's audience may not be aware of the new correction, even though the correction still posts the guy's PII and location and name, but sure, I guess, whatever. We'll just dox the guy again, Birdman. Good job. But because the audience may not be aware that there is this correction, they still might want to go out and reach out to this guy and harass this individual purposely, believing that this is the YellowFlashGuy that Birdman was fighting with. And I'll state again that this innocent party probably has no idea that any of this shit is even happening, or that his location and his name has been publicized by the Birdman, who has 15,000 followers on his Twitter. So know that this is in fact harm, and that of the worst degree. This shows the lack of care and due diligence that the Birdman has criticizing others while doing the same actions they do. While a critical drinker may have misused a quote on an individual, I don't think he ever doxed a fucking cancer patient. But I guess it's okay, he posted the real face of the YellowFlashGuy that was already public. Now I want to show the absolute cope from the Birdman and his audience, referring to this as just an honest mistake that anyone can make, and Birdman running with the story, which is genuinely such an infantile response to what the timeline actually was. And to really make the timeline clear to you, the Birdman got called fat, got angry, then threw a tantrum and maliciously sought out a Reddit post thinking it was YellowFlashGuy's PII and posted it to incite harassment, doubles, then triples down, and instead of apologizing for doxing a random individual with cancer, he claims it was an honest mistake. No matter what, the action was taken to specifically look for YellowFlashGuy's PII to be posted and used maliciously. Birdman is definitionally a doxer and one who has doxed an innocent man with cancer. And I wanted to make it clear, the intention was to dox somebody. And it doesn't matter whether Birdman's information was wrong, the intention and action was done out of malice to harass and weaponize someone's PII. There is zero excuse for this on YouTube or off platform on YouTube. Thank you for watching.